Hello friends, I'm Lokesh, your mentor at mentorbuddy.com. We have a question based on permutations and combinations. The question says, in how many ways a team of 11 must be selected from 5 men and 11 women such that the team must comprise of not more than 3 men? Now this question is based on a team formation. Team formation involves selection of people. And when we talk about selection of people, we generally say it is a case of combination. So let's see how can we approach this question. As I mentioned, this question belongs to selection, which is nothing but combination. That means we are going to do NCR, and the formula for NCR is nothing but n factorial divided by n minus r factorial r factorial. So let's see, we'll use this logic at a later stage, but let us figure out what the question is asking. Now the question is saying we have to form a team of 11 people out of 5 men and 11 women. So we have 5 men and 11 women, and a committee of or a team of 11 people is to be formed. But the condition which is given to us is there cannot be more than 3 men. That means 3 men is the maximum we can have. So by keeping this condition into mind, we can form the logics. For example, we can have 3 men, we can have 2 men, we can have 1 man, or we can have no men. But we cannot have more than 3 men in the team of 11 people. Now when there are 3 men out of 11, obviously the remaining 8 would be women. When we'll be having 2 men, the other 9 would be women. If it is 1 man, the other 10 would be women. And if it is no men, all 11 would be women. So these are the cases which we have to consider while forming the team out of 5 men and 11 women. So now let me use this logic to form a mathematical expression. So the selection process happens in such a way that 3 men are selected out of 5 men, and hence I can say it is 5C3. 8 women out of 11 women, so it is 11C8. Because there is an and in between, I will be replacing it with a multiplication sign. Please remember, in permutations and combinations and in probability, wherever we have and, we can replace it with multiplication sign. Wherever we have or, we can replace it with plus sign. So this or can now be replaced with the plus sign. Now 2 men out of 5. So I can say it as 5C2 multiply, because there is an and sign. So I can put a multiplication, 9 women out of 11, so it is 11C9, or therefore a plus sign, 1 man out of 5, 5C1, and 10 women out of 11, or we have a total of 11 women in the committee. So this is what the equation, while we are forming a committee having not more than 3 men using 5 men and 11 women. So when we try and solve this equation, we can directly put it as 5C3 becomes 5 factorial by 3 factorial 2 factorial multiply by 11 factorial divided by 8 factorial 3 factorial plus 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial 2 factorial multiply by 11 factorial 9 factorial 2 factorial plus 5 factorial by 4 factorial 1 factorial multiply by 11 factorial by 10 factorial 1 factorial plus 1, because 11C11 is nothing but 1. We have just put the formula NCR and we have converted these expressions in the form of this equation. So when we try and solve these equations, this gives me 10. This is 11 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 9 divided by 6. Similarly, so if I try and put the values, this is 10 multiplied by 11 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 9 divided by 6 plus this is also going to be 10. So I'm just putting the values directly, multiply by 11 multiplied by 10 divided by 2 plus 5 factorial by 4 factorial is nothing but 5 multiplied by 11 and plus 1. So if I do a quick cancellation of the things, 3, 5. So this gives me 10 multiplied by 160, 55 multiplied by 3 gives me 165 plus 10 multiplied by 55 is nothing but 550 plus 11 fives are 55 plus 1. So when I do the addition of these things, I will be getting 1650 plus 550 plus 55 plus 1. This is just a mathematical calculation. You can easily do this, and I will be getting 2, 2, 5, 6. So therefore, my answer to this question is option number 2. I hope the method is clear to all. Rest is all simple calculation. The most important segment here is to determine the logic wherein we are getting just maximum 3 men and not more than 3 men, and then converting this logic into mathematical expression. Rest is all calculation. I hope the method is clear to all. Thank you.